highly doubt it. We saw Double Crystal once, I believe, yesterday, and it was kind of rolled over because
I think you can do it if you have like a Celeste Samuel or like whoever you have as like massive damage output.
And I feel like you also need to have a really beefy tank on your team if you're going to go for the Double Crystal, because you need to be able to protect them a lot more, because the fights are generally going to last a bit longer.
Yeah, something with a lot of sustain or massive disables.
Well, Cyclone, if they want to lock into something weapon-related, I mean, let's talk about the options. Baron could be one of the options.
I mean, Vox is one of Waldemar's top heroes, actually, historically. So, but they're going to go back to okay. But okay, here's the thing. It feels like on the surface, Ringo has the advantage in lane, and as far as like range and consistent harass, he does. But when it comes to burst killing a target, Jewel has that advantage. And if she can get a rocket leap onto this Ringo before he gets a reflex block up and running, it's pretty easy to follow up.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And you know, we mentioned the Samuel level 2, a big power spike early on.
And also, I think Cyclone, like, if you look at their team composition, it seems very, like, well put together in the sense that everyone wants to do the same thing. They all kind of just want to go in, right? Like, at least in the context here, Samuel can kind of do either with Drifting Dark. But I think in this context, you know, Adagio wants to be close enough to Verse. Jewel obviously wants to be pushing the fight forwards. Ozo!
One thing also to keep in mind, Jewel wants to be in your face when she's fighting, so she's frontlining, right? And she wants to keep, you know, front-facing forward, keep that damage reduction. But you have a couple nice spells. Oblivion and Versa Judgment can control the area that she's fighting in. That's really nice. Ozo coming out here. It's not too bad for this draft, actually.
I actually really like the Ozo pick in this situation. There's not much on the
side, right? It's actually Adagio on the flip, so we're not really going to see that kind of synergy. But that extra barrier, the extra healing from all sources, can really make him very hard to kill. Now, Waldemar, we saw last game, went super glass cannon. When it comes down to it, survivable versus like a machine gun, it's kind of tough to say. I want to say Waldemar edges out simply because of the pure output we saw in the last round, but it's anybody's toss-up right now.
And there's a possibility that he may even build into a different item this game to just try and shut down the Ozo even more. Poison Shiv, it did get a buff in 2.2, and sometimes you see teams picking it up against the likes of an Ozo just to make sure that the healing is not there.
Yeah, get that Mortal Strike. If you can't get a Taka, then pick up the Shiv. But like one Shiv, two Shiv, like the only person that can get it is Waldemar here.
Yeah, so there's a possibility we'll have to see Cyclone find a window of opportunity. They go in. That Acrobout's not quite connecting onto targets, just one. Not the Pro 2 match, but Radar's taking a lot of damage. They're looking for the First Blood, and First Blood it will be going on over to the Ringo. They do manage to take on down trade the kill in the end. Artemis Grace falling, which is kind of huge. Now they know laner means that Waldemar can start healing, taking up. They're actually looking to turn the fight a little bit. Bastion going very low. Waldemar, we're not quite having that jump jets, but he's going to go in. I'm the Doom. He's in trouble. That's going to be a kill going Waldemar's way. 2 for 1, and that's a great start for Cyclone.
There we go. Doom has now picked up
done.
boots. Like
Okay.
not having boots there, Dowsy. That was a big thing. Waldemar was able to just chase him down.
And these teams are bloodthirsty. They're keeping up the aggression from the previous game. They don't want to lose any momentum coming out of that first game. And currently, Waldemar, he's got that 1-0-1. He has 1,400 gold in the bank. He's going to go back and we'll have to see what he decides to optimize into first. 6 sins picked up. He has that heavy steel, so most likely going to be a Sorrow Blade, unlike the previous game.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if they do actually change up builds from there. I'm the Doom is looking into an Aftershock, which I think complements very well into a Cristo Ozo. He's going to have some pretty extreme ability bursts, but just trying to chase down with auto attacks, that's not going to be his forte. So if Bastion can be this front line, if he can get those stuns up against the wall, if he has those impales, you have some pretty prime targets right there for I'm the Doom. And yeah, even if he jumps on his teammate's head with the Acrobats, it's the big final third one that you just need to make sure lands on top of Cyclone.
Well, they found PT Lamb caught out. He's taking so much damage. Artemis not quite able to get into range to finish that one off. Here comes I'm the Doom looking to try and keep the action up. An Acro bounce onto 2, and Radar taking so much damage. Is able to escape. The rocket leap from Waldemar as well will put him out of danger. Denial. Every time I'm the Doom comes up, they force Cyclone out of lane.
But Cyclone has been pushing pretty hard up here as well. That turret, that far turret there from Denial. It was already down to half health simply because we had a big window of opportunity from Cyclone. And Waldemar is just making sure, 46 up to the 45. Yeah, he is actually staying just ahead of Artemis pretty consistently in the last hits as well.
Pretty huge when you're a melee, staying ahead of the ranged hero in lane, and that was due to the fact that they took down Artemis in that first engage. It meant that Waldemar got to stay in lane just a little bit longer and build up a lead.
Yeah, and you know, every time that Artemis does leave lane, you see it pushed right up against it. So it's a nice ebb and flow going back and forth. Waldemar, though, here at 5 minutes, just before 6, gets that Sorrow Blade.
Yep, and now they're going to look to try and turn onto Artemis. They're looking for the kill here. Bastion on the front line. They may just turn their attention to that Thunderstrike. Not quite connecting. He missed 2 in a row. If those 2 hit, Bastion could truly be dead.
Yeah, the Thunderstrike's bonus with the additional Pierce is just phenomenal. So there's Doom.
Oh no, yeah, Doom wants to go in. He has that Bangarang. He's going straight onto PC Lamb. The Oblivion goes out. Radar just trying to change the field of the fight, and was enough to get them away. I'm the Doom, not quite connecting the Acro Bounce onto an enemy hero. And so the fight once more disengaged. Just a couple missed abilities equaling no kills.
So you see the potential there for the burst there from Doom. I think he hit, what, 400, 600 damage or something on top of Waldemar. That final damaging Acro Bounce burst coupled with an Aftershock immediately after. I mean, that is some pretty significant damage, and that's what Doom is really going to be looking for. He's going to be the guy to clean up, to snipe. You got Artemis Grace with the consistent damage output, Bastion to set up, and Doom for the cleanup.
Well, we are still in a bit of a lull here. Haven't found too much action, or at least kill-worthy action. A Broken Myth purchased by Radha at 7 minutes.
No, that's a Frostburn, my friend.
Oh, that is a Frostburn, you're
Yeah,
right.
he's looking for control now.
Okay, and I get it. They want to try and slow down I'm the Doom, make sure he doesn't get onto the back line here and do too much damage on this Ozo. But I'm the Doom in this bush, and may just look for a fight. The Impale doesn't connect. That could have been signed for Denial to go in. Acro Bounce, it's just going on to the minions. I'm the Doom not wanting to go too deep. And that big red button not connecting with anyone. So Cyclone not able to get a bit of burst damage down.
I'm not entirely too sure if that was a bait or not, but Waldemar, I mean, that's a 60-second cooldown. He's not going to be looking for any reduction down the line since he has weapon.
Yeah, it's a bit of extra damage. Not the main show, though, for Waldemar. Watch for his rocket leaps into Thunderstrike combos. There's 3 men in lane. Both teams just contesting. It's cause Denial do not want to give a turret, but they found PC Lamb. The burst going to go down. They're straight on in. Waldemar blows up Artemis, and now they're looking to do the same to I'm the Doom as well. This monkey, he's running away. I'm the Doom jumping back into the fight, trying to lay down the hurt, and they find Waldemar for it. Radha will be able to trade the kill, but can he get out with his life? PT Lamb healing up, and Bastion has to fall back behind the turret. The Malice and Verdicts will find the kill, though, just in time for, unfortunately, not for an ace, as Artemis had respawned, but this turret will go down nonetheless.
Now, last time we saw Jewel with the Kestrel, and overall, the Kestrel just didn't end up being really that big a deal in my opinion, but I think that this is an even stronger combination with Waldemar Jewel, because he saw if the stun doesn't hit or gets blocked up, you have the Oblivion and the sleep from Radha to follow it up. Artemis Grace basically fell asleep dead on his feet because he was not able to move out, and you saw the damage starting to add up there with those Thunderstrikes from Waldemar. I really do think that this is a stronger hero combination than what we saw last round with Jewel.
And I agree, you know, you pair that with the Gift of Fires to keep the Jewel a little bit more sustained, and an Agent of Wrath as well, which is going to do a lot of damage. The Verse of Judgment also is a threat if PT Lamb can get into the fight. I have to agree with you. I was wondering who I favored, the Finn or the Adagio in the form of the captain role, but I didn't even consider the fact that Oblivion now on their side as well. They lock someone up. Waldemar has the easiest rocket leap of his life.
Yeah, and Bastion, he's going to have to just complete up that Crucible as quick as he can. Is it now the time? Yes, no. 800 gold? Can't seem to figure. There we go. Has the Crucible ready. So those are going to be very important tools. You got to time these right. Artemis is already into that reflex. I'm the Doom just kind of playing it a little bit more loosely at this point. It just has to be on time.
Yep, they're going for the fight. Artemis with the Hellfire through is an easy target for Waldemar, but look at I'm the Doom on Radha. Waldemar gonna find the first kill. Radha the target from I'm the Doom, but he's getting healed up, and the fountain keeping him alive. I'm the Doom not quite able to find the kill just yet, and it's gonna be him running from the Malice and Thirtix. He jumps back in, but to his death, and it just leaves Bashan left alone and taken down. A clean ace comes out of Cyclone.
What we've been seeing before with Ringos, a lot of the time is glaive, right? Utility glaive, cooldown glaive, big peel. We're not seeing that same level here from Denial. Denial has Bashan for the peel, and so far that has not hit. Artemis Grace made a quick exit right on that last team fight, whereas Bashan and Doom were going left for the kill on top of Radha. That allows Waldemar to just freely Yeti all over the place with those boots, with the Thunder Strikes, and Artemis Grace is sort of left to his own devices. That's not how you play this one out. Denial needs to really just rally around Artemis, but if they clump up, there's a big Oblivion chance right there.
Yeah, it's a hard time. No jump jets on this Ringo to escape the duel, and so Artemis's position has to be second to none. It has to be absolutely perfect, and it's so hard to be able to lay down damage if you're constantly running from a big white Yeti. At the moment,
That's
a great
scary, man.
lead. It is scary, I agree. I've
Abominable
been there
snowman.
myself. The abominable snowman just on the Halcyon Fold, causing trouble for Ringos everywhere. Oh, cheeky combination. Don't know if the camera sorted it, but Bashan jumps over the wall and I'm the Doom. Acro bounces to follow. Just cheeky.
But, well, they're not going to find anything for it, so I don't know
No,
why they're showing off.
I
but
appreciate mechanical skill.
fair,
Right?
yeah.
Okay? Leave me alone.
Okay. Cyclone, Waldemar's looking good. One monocle of that combo. No Shiv to come out, and I doubt we're going to see one if you haven't been looking to prioritize it yet.
Alrighty, so back to this bit of a standoff in the lane here. Currently just chilling on out as they, I guess for Denial eSports, they recognize that there's a lot of power in Waldemar and Radha right now that they need to deal with. So they're trying to just get this Ringo online. Currently a Sorrow Blade, a Tyrant's Monocle. Interesting that they haven't opted in for the breaking point yet on Artemis, but he has been just dying instantly in fights. So, you know, it does mean that he isn't able to stack up.
Waldemar realizes that his big red button not so useful in team fights, so he uses to clear the wave, gets all that cash. He's going to be putting out pressure back onto the fold here of Denial, and that will just force him to be very defensive, respond accordingly, leave the middle of the map. You can see no fear, no real vision down here from Cyclone, but no real fear that Denial's cooking up something either, because they can see him up in lane dealing with that push.
Denial, I don't think they want to fight here. Artemis has 1,800 gold, 1,900 gold in his purse, so he needs to recall, spend on up. I'm the Doom has just purchased himself a Eve of Harvest, which is a great item for the Ozo to start, you know, sustaining in the fights. Cyclone are going to take this gold mine. It will be uncontested. I don't think Denial should even look to try and fight it, but they are. They're going to come in. Bashan wants to try and steal it, not able to. Good double impale though, but there's no way they can fight. The 2,000 gold that's in Artemis's pocket needs to be spent up, and you can see an Aegis coming out from the man and the items as well to go towards his next one. 6 sins. What is that going to go into next then?
I have a feeling it might be a tornado trigger.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember exactly which of the weapon contacts go into it, though.
You're gonna have to think about it as this fight goes out, because Cyclone want to go in. Denial, they've rooted up Radha here, and the Acro Bounce doing a lot of damage, but he's not able to connect the third. He still gets the kill nonetheless, and PT Lamb trying to escape. Waldemar, he's gonna blow up I'm the Doom. If he can get one more Thunder Strike, no, he can, but he gets taken on down, and the shutdown onto PT Lamb as well. An ace for Denial.
Well, that's music to their ears. Might have lost out I'm the Doom, but Artemis coming out pretty big right there. Finally, a little bit more of a result, and they should be able to easily clear 2 turrets on this. They got 3 of those buff minions bashing there in the front as well, and Artemis, all you have to do is just hit the turret. Look at it drop.
They are going to leave it at half HP. Recognize that Radha would be coming down the lane very shortly. It is a crystal infused now for I'm the Doom here. And Denial, with those items being purchased up, all of a sudden a spike in power, feel very comfortable taking the fights against Cyclone once more.
Artemis just goes all the way home, heals up, comes on back out. I mean, the attack speed's either a breaking point or a tornado trigger. Neither of them uses the Six Sins, so my money's actually still on a tornado trigger because it's attack speed, you don't have to ramp up, and it's crit, and that's a big thing.
Might just be going towards a double monocles instead. And the Six Sins, like, it
Just
makes
keep
no
the
sense
attack
that he
speed
wouldn't
at
purchase.
tier 2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
could
just
absolutely
leave it
do
there.
that. Mm-hmm.
So that's what my thoughts are. But speaking of double monocles, that has been completed by Waldemar here on this duel, and this is where we started to see
He just
the duel
needs
get
his
really
tornado
crazy.
trigger.
In fact, he's just going to start up the Kraken by himself whilst Radha and PT Lambs zone on off. There it is, the monocles being purchased up by Artemis Grace.
Yep, all right.
Should be an analyst. Know what I'm on about. Now it's a bit of a fight. Over the Kraken, a burst just to zone, doesn't hit anyone. Now I'm the Doom is free to go in. This Kraken's going low, Oblivion on top of it. Can they secure it here? Waldemar laying down the hurt and he gets the Kraken for his team. But now PT Lambs needs to get out. They're diving on in, trying to stop I'm the Doom, but the damage is going out. PT Lambs will go very low and Waldemar bangeranged is going to go down as well. PT Lamb's the next target. A great acro bounce. Radha trying to escape, but he can not. A double kill comes through for this Ozo, and that's going to make this Kraken cleanup a lot easier for Denial.
You know, mid-game I had a little bit of a doubt here with this comp because you got two very independent sources of damage with Artemis Grace and Doom, but Doom has really brought that crystal to bear, and he has such low cooldowns that he can chase almost forever. As long as you're in vision, he can almost just acro bounce to you immediately, and we saw that right there, able to pick up the kills. Now they have to deal with the Kraken. The turret is going to drop, but Artemis, he's got this one in the bag. The double crit is going to be serving him well. And again, like with that that last item, I'm still sticking with the tornado trigger to go with the monocle.
Well, it does mean for Artemis, yeah, we'll have to see. Certainly, I think Waldemar is also thinking the same thing.
Oh, for sure. Like a breaking point this late
trigger
is very strange.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you on that one. No poison shift though does mean that there will be no way to stop this Ozo from sustaining through the fights. I'm the Doom's health bar was so high throughout the entirety of that last team fight.
There's also, I still think, a mentality here from Cyclone to say that Artemis Grace is the big threat, right? Yeah, Ozo's there, but we can control him a little bit, right? We have crowd control to spare from Cyclone. You don't have that really at all here from Denial, but Denial has straight up damage.
Yep, and they're going straight in onto Waldemar here. Good poke from that Hellfire Brew and the Impale as well. Does mean that Cyclone going to have to fall on back, heal on up this duel here. In fact, he recalls to get himself a infusion as well.
Yeah, that's six infusions.
Just PT Lamb lacking on the infusion. Poor guy.
I could have sworn I thought he just had one. Okay. It was Bastion that picked it up. Alright, 5 infusions. Good enough.
And now, I'm the Doom. He wants to engage here. They're going on in. Waldemar, though, he's found Artemis trying to get in onto the back line, but Artemis is fast and he's getting away. Waldemar, he can't sustain the fountain to try and keep him alive. Radha can't find the killing kill onto Artemis here. And this fight is all across the board. I'm the Doom diving onto Waldemar. Waldemar trying to trade on to I am the Doom. The fight's still going. I'm the Doom low, and he will fall down. Artemis in trouble. He's going to be the double kill for the duel, and that just leaves Bastion left alive here for Denial. Radha not quite able to take him down, lost his life in the process, and Cyclone with a team fight win. What can they get from it? I'm not sure it's much.
Well, I'm not entirely too sure. I blame Artemis on this one, but he wasn't part of that fight, really. He kind of ran around a bit, huddled in a bush, watched his teammates go down low, loses out the gym, comes back out to try to kill Lamb, and then it just was too little too late at that point, right? We're not rallying around Artemis. He was cowering in a bush while Bastion and crew were just trying to do what they could, but with no support, he just kind of came out of the bushes swinging and just really missed and hit the ground.
Bastion needs to attempt to steal here. Can he land the Impale to take it away? Goes in. But he got it anyway! He got it with an auto attack! He steals the Kraken away from Cyclone. MVP Bastion may lose his life. Rolls out of the Verse of Judgment. Style points from this Lance. And now I'm the Doom's got to acro bounce into the backline. Denial, they want this fight. They're going on in. The Oblivion will separate the field. But they get the Kraken, and the Kraken's already making its way to the first turret. Cyclone have no way they can defend it. What a steal from Bastion.
Just the steal of steals right there. I mean, that Lance reach is sometimes very strange, but just getting a pure auto in that situation for the kill, that is a thing of miracles right there. Now, will Denial push in? No. What's Artemis Grace going to do? He's going to get some poke done, but if they push, I don't think they're going to survive.
Yeah, well, you can see they did their best to try and take down the choke turret with the Kraken, but this Jewel takes it down so quickly. Time and time again, we've seen it. In fact,
breaking point.
Waldemar's gone for breaking point, yeah. Just picked it up as we speak. And I kind of like it. You know, you're right, it is a bit late to be building a breaking
20
point.
minutes.
But it is going to stack up during the team fights. With the Thunderstrike stacking up, as well as the breaking point, Waldemar's damage over a sustained battle, which they have all been so far, is going to be huge.
All right, well, that's going to be me eating a little bit of humble pie. We'll have to see if Artemis is going to betray my confidence here as well. But, this is now you're looking at scary situations because both carries are going to be rocking for red.
Crown.
Like, that is some pretty intense power that they're bringing now.
PT Lamb purchases a Storm Crown as well. Okay, Cyclone. They don't want to see any neutral objectives, and Waldemar doesn't want to see Artemis Grace either. I'm the Doom tries to counter huge damage straight back onto this Jewel, but I'm the Doom gets completely bursted out, and that's already their main damage off the board. Bastion in trouble. Combat rolls to trying to escape, but he can't. The Madison verdict will secure his fate. A tornado trigger is purchased by Artemis, so forecourt, at least you can be happy that you got one of them right. But right now, Cyclone looking to just finish this one up. It could just be a 2-0 here. It's all on Artemis to stop it, standing still, and it's going to be a huge bit of damage, but the heals come through.
And
14
stunned.
seconds on I'm the Doom. Artemis needs to start chunking on out. Waldemar goes low, but he's still alive. He's going on Artemis. They get the kill onto Artemis, and that's going to be the turret starting to fall, but Iron the Doom will come through with Waldemar going down as well. They can't continue the push, and so it's just going to be one crystal turret for the Cyclone roster.
One turret. That sounds familiar. Some of these base rushes going back and forth, but like Artemis, he had to defend. There was absolutely no way he could take a sideline on that one, but any stun, any crowd control that landed on top of him, he would have just blown it all away. Thank goodness he was able to get the kill on top of Waldemar. Otherwise, they would not be in this game anymore. And that aside, again, 4 reds back and forth. PT Lamb, though, you're right. With this Storm Crown, it's an extremely late game pickup, but they don't want no more Kraken steals. And if push comes to shove and they need to rush down this base again, PT Lamb with that true damage on top of the turrets could actually just be enough to negate the shield altogether.
Okay, well, let's keep our eye on that. The Kraken, she's back on the Halcyon fold here, ready for some more action, ready for another steal possibly. Perhaps we'll have to see. Both teams making their way towards that middle of the map. It's currently lit up red. Bastion doing his due diligence, putting down heaps of vision. The Hellfire Brew connects to Radar, but it's going to be easy to heal back up. He purchased a Eve of Harvest just recently, and of course he has this Adagio to help on out. Both these teams want position over the Kraken, and Bastion currently has done a good job of just securing so much vision with the scout traps. They're going to start it up. Denial feeling comfortable. In fact, they may have seen that Radha had record. Radha not here. PT Lamb's just playing a bit of a bluff, trying to keep them all back, but Waldemar bangerang towards him, doesn't quite connect. He's able to jump away, and the Drifting Dark will force a Denial to not chase any further.
If Waldemar had turned and tried to fight at any point right there, I'm the Doom. Like, if he had actually just been 1 second earlier with that bangerang, perhaps, it could have been a very different result. But yeah, they're going to go right back to this Kraken. I do want to point out something. Bastion is actually very light on his feet right now compared to what I would normally see on a captain, but he's also got cooldown reduction.
Kraken's going low, PT Lamb's in it, Radar coming from the other side, Waldemar's going for the base, you're right, this is a base race, they're just trying to buy time at the Kraken, if they steal it, it's candy on the cake, and Terry, and it's going to be stolen by Radar as well. This Jewel, she's coming up the back line, they're going to go for the fight here, just try and secure it all in all. Here comes the Jewel, here comes Waldemar, looking for the kill. This one, I'm the Doom, stands no chance here, he's going to be bursted on down. Artemis is going to come in, do his best, but he can't do anything. He gets taken out. It's an ace for the Cyclone. They get the Kraken, they get the ace, and they're going to take the base as well.
All right, so conversely, like there's a big ratio of inverseness here going on, but what a fantastic play from Cyclone, and what a terrible decision from Denial. Like, that threat from Waldemar to go to base removed Artemis from the fight. As soon as they noticed he was gone, Waldemar came right back to it, 3v2'd, got the